The next week is going to be extremely important for the overall crypto market, and specifically for KASPA, Solana and also Bitcoin. So we're going to find out what we could expect, because yes, not only do we have the FOMC meeting perfectly lining up with a full moon on the 18th of September, guys, we're having some major events that could drive the price of Bitcoin, KASPA and also Solana all the way back up to the previous highs. But yes, this is going to be a volatile week where we could expect that the price movement is going to see a major pump and also a major retracement in all the cryptocurrencies. But yes, this is exactly why you're here. You're here for these major volatile moves towards the upside for a 300, 500 or even 1000% gain within this bull market. But guys, you can't expect this major volatile pumps towards the upside if you're not going to have a short-term retracement. And yes, maybe your portfolio is down about 50% if you bought all the way up here. But the only thing that you can do is either sit on your hands, do absolutely nothing and hold on, or you could dollar cost average exactly in these lows before we're going to see this major breakout towards the upside. And yes, the next week is going to be extremely bullish for the overall crypto market, and we're going to look at these major events and also the scenarios that we could expect in the immediate short term. So if you want to find out what we could expect for KASPA, Solana and also Bitcoin, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe, and welcome back to B4Crypto. Yes guys, before we're going to go directly over to the charts, let's go over to my YouTube channel, because yes, in the previous days I'm getting this feeling that the retail investors are getting into the crypto market. I can see my views are going up and also my subscriptions. So to all the new subscribers, welcome to my channel, and let's directly start with today's content. And we're going to go over to Bitcoin on the weekly chart, because yes, in the previous video I told you that we could expect this major breakout towards the upside because of this 100% accurate buy signal that we can see from the moon phases. And yes guys, I really do believe that the next week is going to be extremely positive for the overall crypto market, because yes, we got the CPI report and we saw that the CPI results came in lower as expected. And if you're not subscribed to my free Telegram group, here I give you all the information what is happening in the crypto market. US Consumer Price Index, yes, it came in lower as expected with a 2.5%, which is actually extremely bullish for the overall crypto market. Yes, if the CPI is higher than expected, it strengthens the US dollar and can cause the crypto price to dump in the short term. But if CPI is lower than expected, the US dollar weakens, and this is extremely good for all the risk on assets. So guys, if you always want to stay up to date, make sure to join my free Telegram group. Links are in the video description below. But yes, on the weekly chart, we can see this bullish scenario for Bitcoin. We once again bounced off perfectly from this zone. We can see that Bitcoin is back above this major support box that we can see that Bitcoin was in all the way from March. This was major support where we could see that the price movement perfectly bounced off from these levels. But what is going to happen in the immediate short term? Yes guys, first of all, we're going to turn on the moon phases, because like I told you in the previous video, we could expect a full moon, and each and every time we're getting a full moon, we could expect that the overall crypto market is going to get this bullish move towards the upside, because exactly here in this previous consolidation, the full moon was exactly the breakout from this major zone and this major parabolic run towards the upside. And in this major consolidation that we had exactly a year ago, this was exactly on the 11th of September, we could see we had a full moon and this major run towards the upside, starting with this major parabolic run towards the upside. And this is also what I could expect. Yes, I told you that I'm extremely bullish all the way in this major consolidation, because I told you maximum pain is not going to be a fast move towards the downside. No, it is going to be a long, boring sideways consolidation to get you out of the market. But if you bought at all these fearful moments, you're in a great position, because ultimately we could expect this major breakout towards the upside, because the full moon is exactly in 6 days. Also the FOMC meeting, and yes, we could expect the volatile move. But let's go on the even lower time frames, because on the daily chart we can perfectly see that Bitcoin once again is over the 13 moving average, and this is extremely bullish. And we can see the 50 moving average. This blue line is exactly at the 60,000 US dollars, which is going to be my next price target, because like I told you in the previous video on the 4-hour chart, that this is going to be the move that we could expect in the immediate short term. And I even told you that I could expect a retracement all the way back down to the 38.2. Yes, we could see that the price movement after the previous video, so this major retracement. But guys, we could see that this was quickly brought up through this bullish sentiment that we can see in the overall crypto market. And yes, we are having this major sideways consolidation and we broke the 100 moving average. So we're going to remove this Fibonacci retracement level because the bigger picture, guys, I told you the next major level is going to be the 61.8, which perfectly lines up with the 60,000 US dollars. So yes, this is going to be the next major move as soon as we're going to cross with a 13 moving average above the 100 moving average. This would give us a bullish indication, maybe even a retest, but ultimately I do believe that we're going to break the 200 moving average over the weekend and come all the way up to the 60,000 US dollar range before the FOMC meeting. And yes, this is going to be extremely volatile because we could expect that the market is going to pump, see a major retracement during the FOMC meeting, but ultimately, guys, we are having all this bullish indication that we could expect this major turnaround as soon as we're going to break the 60,000 US dollars. The next major level is going to be the 65,000, because if we go back on the daily chart, we can perfectly see that from the beginning of the year, Bitcoin had a high, a lower high, even a lower high, lower high, lower high. So this is going to really be the indication that the overall trend has turned around if Bitcoin is going to break the 65,000 US dollars, because then we can see in the markets we have the low, previous high, and also a higher high for Bitcoin, and ultimately this is going to drag the overall crypto market around. And if we're going to hold this level, we are back above the 200 moving average, the 100 moving average, the 50 moving average, and this is extremely bullish, and we could expect this fast move towards the upside, because remember what I told you, if we're going to get this turnaround exactly from this major bearish trend, that this is going to be a fast move. So as soon as we're going to break this level, a lot of people will believe that this is just going to be another lower high for Bitcoin, but guys, this will catch a lot of people off guard, and we could expect this fast move towards the upside. And talking about a fast move, let's go over to KASPA. Because if you would have bought KASPA exactly in the levels where I uploaded my previous video, you would have been in some major profits now already. You would have been up 6% in 2 days. But guys, we could expect a major move towards the upside, because yes, we have talked about the KASPLEX, the KRC20 mainnet launch, and this is going to drive the price of KASPA towards the upside. And yes, I even do believe that KASPA is going to reach a new all-time high in the coming days, because the KRC20 launch is exactly on the 15th of September, which is in 3 days. So yes, I could expect that the price movement is going to come all the way back up to the previous all-time high, and that we could expect this major pump all the way to the previous all-time high, because if we're going to look at the Fibonacci retracement levels from the all-time high all the way to the swing low exactly here, we can see that the next major level for KASPA is going to be the 61.8, which is also the previous high. And yes, this is a perfect W. Yes, I don't like this major wick towards the downside, but we could still say that this is a double bottom and this major W. And if we're going to see this break of the 61.8, guys, this is going to be an extreme fast move, because if we're going to look to the left, we can see that exactly within this range, this was a fast move towards the upside and also a fast move towards the downside. And yes, these are the highs. So yes, I could expect this fast move all the way to a new all-time high within the next 3 days and maybe over the weekend, because remember, on the 18th of September, we are having the FOMC meeting and also the full moon. So ultimately, this is going to be the beginning that all these altcoins are going to see this major move towards the upside, because yes, maybe they are down 50%, but remember, if Bitcoin goes up 10%, these altcoins usually fly, and we could expect that these altcoins are going to pump 30, 40 or even 50% in a short period of time. So let's go over to Solana, because yes, I'm extremely bullish on Solana, and the same scenario applies. We are having the full moon and the FOMC meeting, which could be a driving factor for the overall crypto market. But we can also see Solana Breakpoint, which is the Solana conference in Singapore. So yes, once again, we're having a bullish news. And if we're going to look at the history of the Solana Breakpoint conference, because over in this post, we can see that each and every time we had the Solana Breakpoint conference, Solana went up 65% in the year 2021. It dropped 66% in 2022, and it went up 76% in 2023. And yes, guys, we could see that the slump was during the bear market. So yes, this was the only time we could see the Solana price movement dump during this conference, but in the previous times we can see that it went up by 65%, and during the previous conference we could see it went up 76%. So if we're going to go over to the price movement of Solana, if we could expect this pump of 60%, or let's say around about 60%, we need to be fair, we're going to take it all the way from the swing low exactly here. So if we could expect that Solana is going to get this pump of 60%, this will bring us all the way up to the previous high exactly to this resistance point, and in confluence with the FOMC meeting, the full moon, the Solana breakpoint, and being at this major lows. Yes, I've been telling you all along, in this major consolidation phase, at the fearful moments, this usually is the best time to buy, because if you're not going to buy at these low levels after this dump and after this bearish momentum, you're going to be catched off guard when we're going to break these major EMAs, and you're going to buy all the way up here, and you're going to buy the top, because if you don't have any conviction to buy the lows, you won't have the conviction to buy after a massive pump towards the upside, because you still think that the price movement is just going to have a fake out and a dump towards the downside. Yes, maybe we could expect a major volatile move, and you could expect a dump towards the downside, but with all these bullish factors, the full moon, breakpoint, the KASPA KRC20 launch, I do expect that the overall crypto market, and especially these three coins, are going to see a major pump towards the upside, because remember, the token 2049 is also going to be next week, so this is a major factor, and this bullish momentum is going to continue, because ultimately we have been in this long consolidation phase, and in the previous consolidation phases, exactly after a full moon, we could expect this major breakout, and this is exactly why I told you this is not the time to turn bearish, because the FOMO starts exactly here. So if you want to trade all of these moves on the spot market, or even trade it with a leverage, go down in the video description below, because yes, my favorite exchange is going to be Bybit, but if you're living in the United States or even in Europe, you need to trade on BloFin, because on BloFin you don't need any KYC, and you can also receive a major deposit bonus. But if you want to trade on a decentralized network, on the Solana network, you can trade over on Drift, where you can connect your Phantom wallet. So yes, make use of this free money and this major deposit bonus that you're going to receive if you're going to sign up to BloFin, because if you're going to deposit $100, you're going to get 10 SUI for absolutely free, and you get also 10 spins to get even more crypto airdrops. But ultimately guys, now's the time to really wake up, because we're going to get this major move towards the upside, and now is really the time to buy. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers to my channel, and if you like this update, guys, smash up the like button and subscribe, because this really motivates me to bring you even more content, and I'm going to upload a video in a few hours, so make sure to be subscribed. Smash up the like button, because this is the beginning of this major parabolic run. And if we go over to the monthly returns, yes, the bearish months are over, and we could expect that at the end of the September part, with all of this confluence that we can see from the FOMC meeting, the rate cuts, the full moon, these major events, guys, this is going to be the absolute beginning. And if you're not in the crypto market yet, what are you waiting for? Because October, November, and December after the halvening years has always been good. The average price movement for Bitcoin for October after Bitcoin halvening was always round about 22%, and in November 46%, and in December 5%. Because in the year 2016, after the Bitcoin halvening, these were extremely bullish months, and in 2020 we also had the halvening and the bull market. We saw some major returns. In October 27%, November 42%, and in December 46%. And yes, 2024 is after a halvening and also within a bull market. So guys, now's the time to buy, even though we could expect some volatile moves through the FOMC. But ultimately guys, you need to be subscribed and sign up to BloFin, because this only takes a few seconds, and you can trade all of these moves on the spot market or even with a leverage. And talking about leverage trades, guys, make sure to join my Signal group, because we are reckoning in some major profits. We made 26% on our total capital just in the last previous 4 days. And if you didn't watch these previous videos, make sure to watch them. But most importantly guys, now's the time to really wake up. Be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.